10 years down the road, the milestone purchase is commemorated each year with its own Bitcoin holiday, celebrated by a global community of eccentric digital currency enthusiasts, following in Laszlo's footstep, ordering pizza with Bitcoin on that same day. May 22nd is Bitcoin Pizza Day. Bitcoin Pizza Day. It was the spring of 2010. Bitcoin was little over 1 year old when Laszlo Hanyecz, a programmer in his late 20s from Jacksonville, Florida, stumbled across the new type of digital currency. He wanted to try his hand at generating some new coins, mine Bitcoin. And while most miners these days were using their CPU, their computer's processor, to mine Bitcoins, Laszlo figured that his graphics card, his GPU, would actually be much better at the job. It worked like a charm. Benefiting from the performance boost, Laszlo soon generated thousands of coins a day, a significant chunk of all newly mined Bitcoin. This led Laszlo to the logical next question: what to do with the coins? At this time, Bitcoin were nearly worthless, trading for fractions of a cent, and often even given away for free. It was essentially play money, if it could be considered money at all. As far as known, no one had actually bought or sold anything for Bitcoin. Laszlo was about to change this. On May 18th, 2010, he took to the Bitcoin Talk forum and started a thread titled "Pizza for Bitcoins." He wrote, "I'll pay 10,000 Bitcoins for a couple of pizzas. Like maybe 2 large ones, so I have some left over for the next day." After a few days of no takers, it was May 22nd when Laszlo showed up in the thread with an announcement that would go down in Bitcoin history. "I just wanted to report that I successfully traded 10,000 Bitcoins for pizza," Laszlo wrote, adding photos of 2 Papa John's pizzas as proof. 18-year-old Jeremy Sturdivant from Britain had taken up Laszlo's offer over IRC, the chat program still popular among hackers. Jerkos, as he was known in the nascent Bitcoin community, ordered 2 pizzas online for some 25 or 30 bucks, paid with his credit card, and had it delivered to Laszlo in Jacksonville. In return, he received Laszlo's 10,000 coins directly in his Bitcoin wallet. With Laszlo and Jeremy's deal, the first ever recorded Bitcoin purchase was a fact. A major milestone for Bitcoin. Little did Laszlo know, Bitcoin itself was just about to go on a wild ride. "I wanted to do the pizza thing because, to me, it was free pizza," he later told Bitcoin magazine. "I mean, I coded this thing and mined Bitcoin, and I felt like I was winning the internet that day. I got pizza for contributing to an open source project. Usually hobbies are a time sink and money sink, and in this case, my hobby bought me dinner." Laszlo's hobby bought him dinner, and a place in Bitcoin's annals of history. 10 years down the road, the milestone purchase is commemorated each year with its own Bitcoin holiday, celebrated by a global community of eccentric digital currency enthusiasts, following in Laszlo's footstep, ordering pizza with Bitcoin on that same day. May 22nd is Bitcoin Pizza Day.
That's a jukebox, yes.
This over there, yes, the jukebox.
That's a truck.
Oh shit. We live. We're live. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Say something. Pete. Matt.
What's up, folks?
Say hello.
What's up, fam?
Let's see if the fam can hear us.
Let's get that
Yo,
crack.
yo, yo.
It's pizza day, y'all. What's up? Welcome.
I'm not. Oh, no, I am.
You're on camera. We're all live. We're here. My pizza's still on the way. What about y'all? Pete's got his.
I've got my half. I've got my half-eaten pizza right here.
That thing looks like it could go back in the oven. Ooh, Matt, look at that.
It's gotten a little bit cold waiting for our technical difficulties,
Well,
but we appreciate all the viewers out there who waited with us.
Put them both back in the oven. We got plenty of time. We're gonna talk about pizza and Bitcoin today. Pete, you want to start us off?
Sure. Where to begin? Bitcoin Pizza Day, obviously historic occasion. The first time a real-world good was bought with a decentralized digital money. There you go. That's the history right there. So, a man named Laszlo Hines from Florida, put a post out online, and he had all his Bitcoins, and he said, somebody buy me a pizza. The rest was history. And here we are, a year later from last year's Pizza Day, up $30,000 per Bitcoin, celebrating again.
And people are bearish. People are bearish, Rizzo.
Yeah,
Only
buy
a
that dip.
humble 30K
Where's
in a
that
year.
dip? It's over there. Buy that dip. We got the dip today. It's not even. We're not even just saying that. We have a dip today, so buy it. And if you don't want to buy that dip, if you want to just get some free sats, we got you there too. The promo code today, the carrot code that is of course Laszlo. So we got a QR code right there. You can scan it. Download the Carrot app. Go to earncarrot.com if you don't have the app, and use carrot code Laszlo for some free sats. Get yourself a pizza on Bitcoin Magazine. Stack those sats. Last year we had free pizza promo codes. This year we're just giving away sats. So
It's probably better.
yeah, buy and replace or whatever or all that.
Yeah.
Should we? Well, first of all, just all the listeners, we have the live chat open in YouTube. I'm watching YouTube. I don't know if anyone's watching the Twitch chat.
Got Periscope.
But we're watching at least YouTube and Twitter. So please participate as we're going here. Just be noted that we're on a 30 second delay, so we might catch your messages a little bit late.
Yeah, Twitch chat too. I'm watching the Twitch chat, so talk to me. Just testing out my sound effects here.
So where should we start, boys? We have Laszlo. We got Rizzo. Rizzo gave us his first listicle, and one of the first ones out of Bitcoin Magazine. The seven things you didn't know about Pizza Day, in prep for this historic occasion. Is it a historic occasion? The 11th Pizza Day.
It's the most important day on the Bitcoin calendar.
It's
Period.
definitely like one of the most
Debatable.
recognized holidays, right? Except for like the halving.
Yeah, it's like the halving, except it comes every year.
Would we have a price of Bitcoin today? If we would, but
Yeah.
who knows what it would be? if it weren't for that
Well,
first purchase.
I think the significance of Pizza Day is a little overstated. Maybe I'll throw it out there, but you know, Bitcoin did have an economy at the time. There was a price. People were trading Bitcoin for other things. They were just trading for things that weren't super interesting, or they were like other money. So like, people would trade Bitcoin for Linden dollars or Second Life dollars, right? So people were still trading Bitcoin primarily for, you know, other digital things of value. So, you know, it might be in-game currencies like rewards points, because, you know, those were the things that it was like actually easy to trade Bitcoin with, right? So I think we do have some evidence that, you know,
Yeah, wow,
there
gold.
was a barter economy for Bitcoin. Yeah, wow, golds, you know, would have been another one.
It
you
was
didn't
the
even
first
really buy
real
pizza,
world purchase, though.
Yeah, so that's the claim here, is that it's the first real world purchase of a
That
good.
we're able to count and celebrate.
Yeah.
I mean, if the first
Something
purchase
that I
was
thought was funny is that
for like a pack of
you know,
batteries, we wouldn't have Bitcoin battery
Yeah.
day. You know,
No, that would have been really lame. But I was thinking about it today. I was wondering, like, Satoshi didn't offer to buy Laszlo the pizza, right? Because Laszlo, one of the things that I thought was funny researching the article is that he waits like 4 days, like, for
Right.
someone to buy him a pizza. But like Satoshi never tries to chip in.
Well, you didn't really buy pizza, right? Like he sent someone Bitcoin, and then that person bought him pizza like 4 days later. And what, like, I wouldn't even, is Papa John's even pizza? Like, are we just gonna?
That's debatable. Hey, we want
Ignore
Papa
that.
John's to sponsor next
Papa
year.
John's did not sponsor this show, so I don't even know if Papa John's is pizza.
Well, I have,
We'll
I have
see.
a question for you guys. Did you, when you ordered today, did you guys evangelize Bitcoin to when you bought the pizza? Did you tell the merchant that you were buying it for Pizza Day? Did you turn them on to Bitcoin?
I didn't order delivery. I ordered pickup. So I drove and went and got it, and I paid in cash, and I didn't mention Bitcoin. But I would say to all the
That's a
listeners out
really,
there,
yeah.
this idea, this fascination that this guy Laszlo paid 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 Papa John's so-called pizzas in 2010. It's the same thing. If you bought any pizza in 2010 instead of buying Bitcoin, like, you have that same amount of missed opportunity there. So it doesn't really matter, you know, in a post-Bitcoin world, it doesn't really matter if you bought it with cash or if you bought it with Monopoly money, or if you bought it with Bitcoin. It's all, in the end, it's all the cost basis is all in Bitcoin as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. And Pete, you can answer that question yourself, because like, you ordered my pizza, right? Did you tip the guy in Bitcoin? And where is it, by the way?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Should I
I'm sorry.
run outside and see if I should flag somebody down?
Keeping an eye on your pizza. So I did drop a little note in the
My
order.
dog
I
will
was like,
bark if someone
hey,
tries to.
are you at the office?
I am at the office.
Okay,
But I brought my
okay,
dog.
that's good. Okay,
she's
yeah.
she's
So
watching out
you
for
should get the pizza, and then I put in the form. I was like, hey, you should give this guy a call
Okay.
when you arrive with the pizza.
Well, I don't have any missed
so you-
calls. So.
So you might be getting that, which I think would be a positive sign, and hopefully get you some pizza. Well, actually, I think this is the first time I've ever eaten pizza on Bitcoin Pizza Day. I don't know if I've done that before, to be honest.
Wow.
So,
First.
Is that depressing?
It's funny
Yeah.
because the Bitcoin community is like militant keto, carnivore, and
Right.
it's like, it's a global cheat day. It's the one day of the year where you're allowed to admit you had any carbs and not get canceled over it.
Well, can you make a pizza only out of steak meat for safety? Like, can we make it? Look at this. You got to upgrade your Zoom, Mister.
No, it was upgraded. It just got upgraded.
Already
you go.
taken care of. Already taken care of.
Sick. See, you get to see
I
how
would
the
say,
pizza
Tommy,
is
that
made.
that's not pizza. Is that pizza if it's made out of meat?
If the crust is steak and the sauce is steak juice and the toppings are steak, I don't know. It's probably not a pizza. You're right.
I think pizza has an Italian. Pizza has some firm definitions, which is, you know, have to have a crust. I think, you know.
Has to have a crust not made of steak.
Yeah.
'Cause that's
I don't know,
not.
I haven't
don't
thought-
think that's in there.
I'm sure someone will get 1,000 likes today by tweeting "Happy Pizza Day."
I mean,
with a steak.
Tommy, do you think California cauliflower pizza is pizza?
Ooh, that's a real question. Ooh, I don't know, man. I really don't know. I mean, by definition, no, definitely not. I'd have to like call the Vatican or something. You know, like we have to. There's only one way to find out if pizza needs to have a specific type of crust. But I mean, I'm just wondering, is safety in having a pizza today, or is it just
No.
off limits?
No, I think
Bet
this
that
is
it-
like his least favorite day of the year. Hopefully, he just signed off of Twitter and doesn't see what we're doing right
Hopefully he
now.
doesn't block you guys. I think he already
Love
blocked
to
me.
be safe.
So pizza day is, it's not really about eating Bitcoin, eating pizza,
Eating
and it's not really
Bitcoin?
about spending. It's not really about spending Bitcoin, right? Are we encouraging people
is.
to do that?
No, we're not. We're encouraging people to scan this QR code or take that. I'm trying to point at the thing. Take that code over to earncarrot.com and get some free sats. And then spend your dirty fiat on some pizza. But like Pete said, make sure you evangelize Bitcoin while you're ordering that thing and pick it up and flip some sats to the delivery guy
No,
or
I
something.
think if people have a local pizza place that accepts Bitcoin and it's by like,
That's a good point.
It's,
What about
it's owned by a
Pop's thing?
Bitcoiner and he's using BTC Pay server and he's keeping his own coins and he's not automatically selling them for fiat like a custodial provider like a BitPay or something. Like 100% Bitcoiners should go and support their local Bitcoin businesses, and they shouldn't feel like, like I said, everything should be priced in Bitcoin right
Yeah.
now. If you're not pricing everything in Bitcoin, you're already short Bitcoin. So be frugal, but you got to eat. So
You
you're
gotta
going to
eat.
spend some Bitcoin.
And the circular economy has to happen somehow. We gotta move those sats around, give them to people that we know are gonna hodl them the right way.
Right. Well, I was gonna say this is the way we feel about Laszlo has changed over time. I think a little bit, right? I think early on he was used as a way to kind of scold people for hoarding Bitcoin. That was kind of the lesson of Bitcoin Pizza Day, and it feels like that's changed like a little bit. But I can't really even describe what it is now.
What?
Well, I
with
feel
the
like
stacking
oh,
mindset.
sorry, Tommy.
What? Like describe what is?
Well, in the beginning, right? In the beginning, Pizza Day was almost used as an ad for spending Bitcoin, and like a lot of the merchant type of companies in the space were promoting it as a spending thing. Then it kind of got reversed on its head. There was like a viral pushback, and it became part of the hodl meme. Never spend your Bitcoin. Look how much
You don't want to be like
cost.
Laszlo.
Right. And now, as Bitcoin matured, I like to think it's becoming more of a little of both. It's like it's just a fun thing that Bitcoiners do every year. It's not either or. We're post that now.
Interesting. Yeah, the way that I look at it, if you were going to pay $400 million, let's just say Laszlo back then knew the price now, but you were guaranteed to be in history books, like
Do you think he
guaranteed,
ate
right?
the
Because let's just
crust?
talk.
I mean, did any of that za go to waste? I want to know how many $100,000 crumbs fell on the ground.
That's true.
Fucking Papa John's, man. Such a shame.
Well, look, if you,
It's just a
would
shame
you
because they
expect-
didn't sponsor us. Papa John's, redeem yourself.
Shameless.
That's all the stream is about. It's just shaming sponsors. Yeah, I don't know. I think if I knew, if I would, would you spend $400 million if you knew people were gonna know your name forever, right? Because Laszlo, he is in the history books, right? He is one of the most well-known people from the early times of Bitcoin. I don't think many people other than Satoshi, can they even name somebody who was really early to Bitcoin these days?
It's a good point, and he's a developer, so like, what? It's not like he didn't know what he was doing. He got those Bitcoin because he invented GPU mining, right?
I mean,
Yeah, well, the theory is that Satoshi kind of scolded Laszlo for because Laszlo, was
Is
one of
that
the first
why he
GPU
didn't buy him the pizza because he was salty
Maybe.
about the
Well, no,
new
Yeah.
the pizza was like a distribution strategy in this theory. That it was like his way of giving back after he accumulated a shit ton of coin. I mean, look, the way I look at it, and I don't want to put words in his mouth, but from my point of view, the notoriety he got from the pizzas is the worst part of the whole thing for him. It's not giving 10,000 coins for 2 shitty ass Papa John pizzas. It's that everyone knows his name today because he's like, and I want to respect his privacy, but his name's already out there, right? And here we all are talking about him over and over again, and he's like slipped into darkness, right? Like you don't really hear from him. As far as the spending thing, like people need to realize like these guys who were throwing around thousands of coins back in 2010 are probably doing significantly better than the overwhelming majority of people on earth right now. Like they've done very well for themselves. I don't think
He probably
I
has a
hope
few
that
Bitcoin.
they're not like losing sleep over every little coin they lost.
Well, I mean, some people did end up with nothing, right? Like I
True,
think Amir
true.
Taki is the great example of that, where Amir would give away hundreds of thousands of coins, and probably spent hundreds of thousands of coins, and now now doesn't. How do you buy that back, right? So I think Pizza Day is a good. It's a we have to kind of weigh these decisions, right? Bitcoin is an asset that's monetizing at like a ridiculous rate, so we'll see. Yeah, I wonder how, like, 100 years in the future people will feel about Pizza Day.
What he did as like a celebration in 2018 through Lightning, he bought 2 pizzas, right? And what was that, 650,000 sats? And now that's like $250, right?
Oh.
And that was just 3 years ago.
Well, so in the article I go into this, I think so. This is the thing that I really want to know that I thought was interesting. So it seems like he bought more than 2 pizzas. So at some point in June, he like actually responded to the thread, and he was like, "Oh, by the way, this is an open offer." And then in August, like later of that year, he was basically like, "Look, I can't afford to keep doing this, so because I can't. This is the quote: I didn't expect this to be so popular, but I can't really afford to keep doing it since I can't generate thousands of coins a day anymore. Thanks to everyone who has bought me pizza already, but I'm kind of holding off on doing any more of these for now." So I think it's possible he bought more than 2 pizzas. To be honest, I think Laszlo spent, let's just say even he spent, did 2 more pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoin. That's 20,000 Bitcoin. It's possible he could have spent,
billions of dollars in today.
Hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin. But we don't know the actual number, which I think is really interesting. And I don't know if there's any information out there. I'd love to see that, but I don't know if he's ever confirmed like the total number of Bitcoin pizzas that there were, because I think it could have been more than 2.
Definitely.
Yeah, that was probably the more irresponsible part than just the first 2 pizzas. I think he let it get a little bit out of hand, right?
Right.
You can
I
tell
just
in
love
that
the
message.
tone where he's like, I can't really afford to keep doing this anymore.
It's almost like in the message he didn't expect, difficulty to go up so much. Like he was surprised that his coin generation decreased so quickly.
Right.
Well,
that's a lesson people learn all the time, right?
Did that shit happen as a direct result of him doing the Pizza Day thing? Like, did he snowball
Well, I think there was
something?
a movement. There was a movement because by June, what would have happened is Gavin Andreessen would have come out with the Bitcoin faucets, so he would have been openly giving away Bitcoins to new people. So I think there was like a movement around the time to generally like give back. And get more people involved. And I think that's the thing with like holidays and things, right? You lose the culture of the times. And I think the culture of the times then there was a push to get more people involved in Bitcoin. There was a social discouragement of hoarding, like, quote unquote. And I think Satoshi also, kind of, there's some signs that he was, encouraging people to get out there and do things and spend, so there has been this tension and kind of this willingness to view Laszlo as sort of a pioneer or an entrepreneur, right? Who or somebody who is willing to kind of go the extra mile for Bitcoin.
We have Server Jim in the YouTube live chat saying that
nice.
he did 3 times he bought pizzas. So I guess that would be 6 pizzas. And his source is he heard him in an interview.
Interesting. Thanks for that, Server Jim. I loved your What Bitcoin Did chat, by the way. Really great.
I wonder if I should go look for my pizza if it's like on the sidewalk somewhere. I'm gonna do that. Y'all keep this going. I'm gonna be right back.
I did ask them
Thanks,
to call.
Tommy. We'll see you soon.
What you asked if it was delivered yet?
Well, I put in the message. I was like, please call this number when you're outside.
Well, I'll bring my phone with me. Yeah,
I've done all I can do. Clearly, right? I don't know.
I mean, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go find it.
Yeah, let's talk about his choice of pizza though. Veggie pizza, really disappointing in retrospect.
What were the toppings?
I don't think we know, but you can look at the pictures. So in the article, I dug up sort of the actual pictures of the pizzas that he posted online. So it looks like there's some olives, like jalapenos, whole tomatoes. Not really something that I would get into, but there's a little jalapeno on the side, some garlic sauce.
Olives. You said olives?
Yeah, it looks like a standard veggie.
And like banana peppers? Did you say that as well?
Yeah.
Apologies.
Yeah, little banana peppers. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't. Nothing that I would spend a few $100 million on, but
Yeah, I mean, I think I've literally never had a Papa John's pizza, so this is just turning into like a Papa John's hate stream. I guess my New York heritage is showing.
Well,
yeah, go on.
I was gonna say, what do we want to talk about? It's been a busy week. Should we shift to some current events that have overshadowed Bitcoin Pizza Day? It's obviously kind of happening in the wake of Fudmageddon.
Yeah, let's
Week
talk
where
about Rizzo. Are you concerned about your 200K by conference day prediction? Like, how
my
do you feel
200 day
about
by
that?
conference day. Okay, yeah, I feel like I'm gonna have to eat a lot of crow for that. Yeah, I think me specifically. I'm not. I'm not worried about it. I think that. I think this has been a comfortable dip for me, but I think you can't eat this. We see this all the time, right? I mean, what are you
It's
gonna
very
do?
normal for a bull market to have these kind of dips in them, right?
Well, I think Bitcoin Tino was saying something interesting where he's like, "Oh, it's Bitcoin is trading on news again." Right. This is kind of the headline that he's putting out there is that look, there's a lot of new money, there's a lot of new entrants, there's a lot of people who don't understand. I think Elon's kind of the poster boy of this, right? I mean, you can tell at this point that Elon, either is the world's greatest troll or
He's
seriously
definitely
doesn't,
not trolling at this point, right?
yeah, seriously doesn't understand what's going on. And, they just don't know what from what, right? I think it's hard to, I was talking to somebody, a Bitcoiner the other day, and I was like, look, what are you supposed to do? Like, the first thing these people are seeing is coin market cap, and it's just like, pick your favorite logo with a
Right.
number and, and like your favorite name and buy it and it will go up, right? That's the game. So it's hard to, I don't even know how people would understand what Bitcoin is, right, at this point.
But that's always what's been the case, right? You come in, you hit the wood
Mm,
chipper, and then
mm,
some survive out the other side.
right, right,
If
yeah,
anything, today it's better because we have there's a very developed Bitcoin only type of education network, that like a loose education network,
mm,
um, that keeps everyone honest and provides like a pretty decent on ramp for fresh coiners, new coiners coming into the space, that they don't have to go through the wood chipper. But still, the majority are going to go through the wood chipper. It's unavoidable.
yeah. My particular journey being a years long process that was very painful. So but made it out the other side.
Many don't, though.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. So, what do you think? I guess about the idea that some of these old hands aren't around anymore, like Laszlo. Do you think that if they were kind of around today, do you think they would have a Bitcoin only perspective, or what are your thoughts on that? I was interested. I don't know if you ever followed Pete Dushansky, but he was like an early Bitcoin kind of economist guy, and he came out yesterday with a post, first time in like a couple of years, on NFTs, and I was like, oh, that's shocking to me. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting how these things end up.
I don't know. A lot of the OGs are very shitcoiny, you know?
Mm,
I the Bitcoin only type of culture is kind of was birthed in 2013-ish time, and I think it was like a culmination of Ethereum's ICO, because it was just so aggressive. It was so aggressively against, like, before that, shitcoins were always launched on Bitcoin Talk, and they were proof of work or whatever, and like some of them had pre-mine, some of them had this or whatever, but Ethereum was like the first professional pre-mined kind of ICO
Ripple
type
though,
of
there's Ripple. Ripple went out.
It was, but it was a different, so I feel like a lot of it came out of pushback on Ethereum, mixed with the influence of the Nakamoto Institute, like Pierre Bitstein. There was like this whole, subculture that came in, and Junsith and DeRose at the time.
Right.
I think they might have been the first ones to say Bitcoin maximalist, and then Vitalik came out with his big post, which really popularized Bitcoin maximalism, and that was as a negative. And it was almost this connotation that any critique of Ethereum was because it was not Bitcoin, rather than it was a deflection, rather than it being a critique against Ethereum. It was because, oh, it's not Bitcoin, that's why they're critiquing me. And then Bitcoiners there was this whole culture that came out of trying to adopt that narrative and bring it in. And now it kind of has like a whole life of its own. I think the majority of people that might call them Bitcoin maximalists don't even realize that it started as a slur to begin with.
Yeah, I too thought I was buying the next Bitcoin. It was called Litecoin. The year was 2013. I really thought I was getting an edge on the market there. So I guess you got to go down that part of the tunnel.
Time chain, not blockchain.
Did you get your pizza?
No, I can't. I don't know where it is, but I'm still expecting it. I cracked one of the other half right here. I got a. This thing's
There
got
you go.
9% alcohol, so that pizza.
Well,
better
you
show
know
up
what? That
soon.
would be a great end to the stream if the pizza gets delivered to you. Obviously,
Yep.
this is a lot like the
I'm just
original
gonna
Pizza Day
drink it.
transaction. I'm ordering pizza for you in another state. This must have been what it was like.
Exactly.
It'd be fitting if it takes.
It
4
might take
days
4
to get
days.
to.
Yep. Well, if I'm drunk by the time it gets here, then it'll make for a good show anyways. So, no harm there.
Yeah, so we have Rick in the live comments on YouTube clarifying what I said. The first usage of Bitcoin maximalism was by Vitalik, and then Joseph and DeRose at Bitcoin Uncensored went hard
RIP.
on that narrative. And they
Did
covered
it come from Vitalik while at Bitcoin Magazine?
No, he did.
Ah.
Well, maybe. He might have still been at Bitcoin. I'm not sure about the timeline there, but he wrote it on his own personal blog. It's still up. I archived it just in case it's not still up.
Because if so, I'm gonna say that Bitcoin Magazine
Oh, that's really cool.
coined maximalism.
I don't know if you guys saw this, but
We don't talk about that, Tommy. We don't mention that part of our history.
I don't know if you saw this, but Documenting Bitcoin just posted there's a plaque, I guess, in the Papa John's in Jacksonville, Florida, for Laszlo's Pizzas.
Oh, actually, perfect segue. I have to show this on the stream because it got sent to me. So this little box got mailed to me, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" And I didn't know what it was because it took so long to get here. But like a couple months ago, I think, Mike in Space, one of the Rare Pepe OGs, sent me this beautiful thing. It says Bitcoin Pizza Day. Got a nice little. It's a nice pizza, and you open it up, and it's got the plaque that you're talking about as a keychain, right? It's the Papa John's, makers of the famous Bitcoin pizza, May 22nd, 2010, Jacksonville, Florida, home of the first Bitcoin purchase. Yeah, so this is like a little keychain of the plaque.
I'm sure they wish they had that Bitcoin, right? Because they actually made the pizzas, but they didn't get any.
Little hollow sticker here, holographic sticker. It
They
says,
wouldn't
That actually, imagine
floppy
that though.
pizza.
Like, let's just say if you were the
So is
merchant
that-
who made that.
it's trippy because it's green, so it's getting green screened out, but
Is
it's a
that
floppy.
that's connected to a counterparty, Real Pepe?
I think so, yeah. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is a floppy that has an NFT or something associated with it. And, yeah, a dope holographic sticker that says limited edition crypto art and has a little picture of the floppy in the corner.
Wow.
So, yeah, this was a nice little surprise. Thank you, Mike, if you're watching. I really appreciate it. Like, this is going to go in my collection here. I mean, this is an art piece, so amazing. Had to show that off. I mean, look at this little box. Come on.
I'm happy for you, Tommy.
It's a little pizza box. I'm happy too.
You have to find out. Do they still have a market for the Rare Pepes?
I mean, it all still works. It's I don't think there's not like a marketplace, but there's wallet apps. There's ways to send them.
You got to do like at Bitcoin 2021. If you're interested in this, you have to make your best offers to Tommy in person. And he's not going to accept them, but then he can have a price basis.
That's actually, yeah, that's a good point. If anyone's interested in this little collectible here, yeah, DM me your offers and I'll keep a track. It's gonna stay here in Nashville. I'm not bringing it to the conference.
So don't mug him.
I am bringing a bunch of pins to the conference. So if you want a Bitcoin Magazine pin or a Marbles pin or a Tommy pin, whatever you want, here, check it out. A little Bitcoin Magazine pin right there. Got to find me at the conference. Find me or Flip. Speaking of the conference, should we talk about the conference? Like what? I don't know if there's anything to be said that hasn't been said already.
I mean, man, it's. I think it's. I don't think we're mentally prepared for that conference, right? I mean, this is going to be. You're talking about. This is going to be the largest Bitcoin conference probably ever. One.
I don't know if I'm allowed to disclose this, but we did sell. We have sold
over 10,000.
Oh yeah, officially over 10,000 tickets. So it's not a joke saying that there will be more than 10,000 people there.
It's
we
officially
have
the largest
10,000.
conference.
Yeah, it's
There's
the
never
largest
been a
conference.
larger one.
I think in the Western worlds. I don't know, but I can't account for Asia.
Well, they always fudge their volume numbers over there.
Yeah, so I mean, largest conference, bigger than consensus. You know,
And
definitely.
consensus isn't a Bitcoin conference.
No, true. So, you know, this is critical mass. I don't think we're going to be, I think there's going to be celebrities there. I think there's going to be, this is going to be, you know, I think even internally, we've got to kind of get on the level of this conference, you know, because I think it's going to be, you know,
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
it's bigger than anything we've ever done as a company. I mean, we're just trying to be custodians for this Bitcoin event. Like, it's not a Bitcoin magazine conference; it's the Bitcoin conference. So of course it's bigger than us. It's as big as the whole space. You're right. There's going to be plenty of celebrities there. The celebrities that we know about are going to be there, and then I'm assuming there's going to be celebrities that we didn't even realize probably signed up under a pseudonym. They'll roll up with their squad, roll up with their entourage, if you will. Vincent Chase and his well, I don't know if his entourage is going to be there, but Vincent Chase from Entourage is going to be there. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Turtle will be there. Yes, Adrian Grenier is doing a panel.
Turtle was around. I met him at a Bitcoin conference. He was
Really?
at yeah, because he tried to do that like crypto TV show, like, you know, like one of those failed like crypto TV shows. I think it was called like Cryptos, and it was like a
It was like a drama, right? It was like Stars or some shit.
Oh, like a drama, not like a podcast. Like,
yeah, I had a really awkward moment at him because I usually know everybody at Bitcoin conference. So I looked at him, I was like, I know who you are.
I think it got launched out of the 2017 hype cycle, right? But it came too late. We were already dumping by the time it released.
I saw a movie called Crypto, and it was awful and had nothing to do with crypto.
I don't think the movies can be good at this point, right? I don't know, because there's nothing really about the narrative that Bitcoin changes, right? Like, you can only really do like a heist movie with Bitcoin, but then the instead of regular money, it's just Bitcoin. Like, so I don't know what you get from that. I don't know. I think we'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's a heist, but at the end of the day, it's just like waiting for the transaction to clear. Like, there's no bank to rob. There's no security guards. You're just watching it.
It reminds me because when WikiLeaks got big, I remember thinking like there was a whole genre of movie that the whole movie is just like, you got to get the truth out. And it just ruins the movie because you just upload it to WikiLeaks. It's just like 10 minutes into the movie. You just don't even bother with the whole fucking movie. You just upload it to WikiLeaks.
So based on a true story? Oh, let me look this up real quick so I don't need to watch. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of funny how there's not more Bitcoin-related movies already. And
well, that's what I was going to say, because it's like, what are you going to, like, where is Bitcoin going to be in the story? Because it's just money, right? So then you can, like, so in conventional narratives, usually money, there's like either a buried treasure. So you could have like a Goonies where they're like going to find
money
like,
is a plot driver.
Kidnapping movies, taken.
But I'm more talking about
Bitcoin
like
related.
I'm more talking about like historic event Bitcoin movies, that kind of thing. Like even about Pizza Day or something like that. Like, I mean, not that you'd get a whole movie out of that, but
well, yeah. See, it's hard to know what's exciting, but like two guys like finagling an online transaction.
You could do like a Satoshi bullshit movie.
You can weave it into the plot.
I've gotten a couple like weird emails from people who like read that Satoshi article that I wrote recently, and they were like, "We need to develop this in a movie." Like, I'm some sort of producer. I didn't respond.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, I'm surprised that there's not more shit movies out there.
I agree.
They had the Silk Road movie. The Silk Road movie, I didn't even watch it. I just assumed was horrible.
Wait, they came out with that?
Silk Road has nothing to do with Bitcoin, though.
Did they come out with a Ross Ulbricht movie?
Didn't they?
Or are they going to? I mean, they came out with the Snowden.
So, like, well, the Coen brothers signed on originally to do it, but I don't think they've actually made it.
Who is going to play Ross? That's what I want to know. Like,
it would have been Emil Hirsch would have worked really well. A younger Emil Hirsch. He's from.
Dude, get Joseph Gordon-Levitt to play.
It came out 2021.
Play Snowden and Dredd.
By the time we got Bitcoin movies, there was no Hollywood anymore. That's the irony.
No, it came out March 2021. Silk Road.
Somebody just hit me up on Twitter, and they were looking.
So it just came out.
It got a 5.9 out of 10 on IMDb.
I mean, that's not.
Well, so the interview that I really want is so I don't know if you guys can see this picture, but this is Laszlo's. This is Laszlo's daughter, who she ate the pizza.
Doxed.
I think that's pretty cool. I would want to interview someone who ate a $300 million pizza.
That's true. Like,
dude,
it's been 11 years
right now.
It's been 11 years. She's probably a teenager. We could.
She's got to be 12 years old. Yeah.
Do you think she uses her own node?
That's a good question.
Yes.
I mean, she definitely. Yes. How cool is that? She ate the world's most famous pizza. That's like.
Is it the world's most famous pizza?
Oh yeah. for sure.
Most famous
Well, I mean,
single order of pizzas, 2 pizzas.
Yeah,
Most
in the
famous
live
2
chat,
pizzas.
in the live chat, if you can think of a more famous pizza, hit us in the live chat.
Yeah, and we're talking about
yeah.
instance of pizza, not just like pizza place. I could say that Lou
Not pizza
Malnati's
place.
is
Nick's
Pizza.
most famous.
my favorite famous pizza place.
So
Startup.
Nick
is that?
Robinson played Ross in the movie. Does anyone know who Nick Robinson is?
Nate Robinson.
Nick.
Nick Robinson. No, I do not
Isn't
know
Nate
Nick
Robinson?
Yeah,
that guy
Nate
from the-
Robinson's like a 5 foot tall basketball player, so that wouldn't quite work. But yeah, I think I might have saw a trailer for that, and then it just went under the radar on the release. I had no idea it was out. I got to check that out. It's probably awful.
No, I assume it's horrible. It's got to be horrible. They probably did our boy Ross really, really poorly.
Probably did him dirty, and I mean, that's kind of more what I'm curious about, like what's the angle of this movie?
Well, that's the thing. The first big Bitcoin movie will probably be because we're pumping and we're like past 300K, and they do like a Bitcoin hater movie. Like it's boiling the oceans, it's used for money laundering or something, and it's all the no corners come out. They're like, "Oh, it was such a great movie. Bitcoins for criminals."
Hey, Tommy, I got an email 42 minutes ago saying your pizza's on the way.
What? Well,
So
I mean, I went outside. I walked around the block. I was looking for anyone that looked like they were delivering pizza. Didn't see it. And, you know, my dog, she barks at everything.
Those were probably the phone calls that I was getting.
They called you.
All right, I didn't put that together. I'm sorry.
Classic Rizzo, man.
It's all
I was like-
good. I mean,
I was See, this Bitcoin pizza transaction was a triumph. This is what can go wrong with online ordering. I mean, we've already failed to successfully exchange dollars for Bitcoin on this stream.
yeah, the remote pizza
so-
order is it's nothing
Yeah,
to
so
joke around
they were there
about.
30 minutes ago. It looks like they would have been there.
Well, I hope somebody's eating that bad boy. I hope that they're thinking about Bitcoin and enjoying my pizza. It was the thought that counted, and Pete, it's okay. I'm just gonna drink my pizza instead.
Well, so now I have a deeper appreciation for the Bitcoin pizza
Exactly.
purchase
We just
after
tried
this.
to do it, and it's not that easy. So, you know, be thankful about.
Well, we have Ellen Pizza where you can order Domino's with Lightning, right?
Just Domino's.
But because I think it's Fold, like Fold
Oh,
is
right,
basically
right, yeah.
buying a Domino's
Oh, yeah,
gift card
yeah.
behind the scenes.
Actually,
right?
somebody in the Twitch chat said they're using Ellen Pizza
Wow.
today.
I've really failed you, man. I'm
But
sorry.
Domino's isn't pizza either,
It's
right?
okay.
Like
If Papa John's
Papa
isn't
John's,
pizza,
Pizza Hut.
Well, you know what? You know what's a
Domino's.
shame is that $20 we spent on that pizza. Just think in 10 years how much that $20 is.
I
gonna
know,
be worth.
right? Because of the dip and everything. I mean, you should call them back and say, hey, just I don't know, put that Bitcoin or put that money into Bitcoin. I don't know, just make it worth their while. Because I have a feeling someone was just walking around outside looking for the place, or I don't know. My dog would have barked if somebody tried to bring a pizza into this office or knock
Well,
on the
he
door.
knows he was delivering it to the Bitcoin Magazine offices, right?
Yeah.
So maybe he's gonna become like a prolific no coiner because he's like fucking assholes don't answer their phone when I
Actually,
deliver
no, I don't-
pizzas. And it just
he
like
didn't
it goes
know.
the
He didn't
exact
know.
opposite way.
He didn't know. There's no way. Our OPSEC is too good.
Is Bitcoin Pizza Day the best Bitcoin holiday?
What is the better
Let's rattle
one?
off some others.
There's
Keys
Genesis
Day?
Genesis Block, Bitcoin's birthday, January 3rd.